Now at 6 a.m. on WKYT this morning, a mother and 3 teenagers are rushed to the hospital after a head-on crash in Garrett County.
The clerk at a Lexington hotel says a man held a gun to his head during an overnight robbery.
And officials say they are almost certain now they have found debris from that missing Air Asia plane with 162 people on board.
And we'll see some sunshine out there today, but it's going to do little to warm us up as we are in a cold rut. I'll have more details on that for you.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Top of the morning to you and welcome in. It's good to have you on WKYT. Hopefully making those resolutions. 2014 is just about in the books. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Yeah, if you have some New Year's resolutions, maybe jot those down on our WKYT Facebook page or our personal Facebook pages. Yeah. It would be interesting to see what people...
There's research that says, 85% of the resolutions don't hold, but
hey,
make them anyway.
Yeah, you can always beat the odds, right? And hopefully the weather will be in our favor. We can beat the odds when it comes to that, but I don't know, Jim.
You know what? It's going to be hard to get out of this cold rut. And as far as resolutions are concerned, by the way, resolve not to make a resolution. That's always a good one. Yeah, see, think about that. Temperatures out there right now are running in the 20s. We're now down to 23 degrees here in Lexington. When you factor in the winds, it's even worse. I won't even show you that this go around. We're looking at Defender now across Kentucky. Things are quiet. Maybe a flurry or two in eastern Kentucky. Some of the weather headlines as we move forward. Cold air sticks around for you today, then 2014 ends on that cold note and winter weather potential late this week. We'll track that coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see you in a bit. We thank you, and here's the news from WKYT. This morning, we're learning some new details about a head-on crash that seriously injured a mother and 3 teenagers.
The crash happened last night on US 27 in Garrett County, north of Lancaster. All 4 victims involved were taken to UK Hospital. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is there live now with new information.
Good morning, Rebecca and Bill. 3 of those involved were brought by ambulance, while the other was airlifted here to University of Kentucky Hospital after the crash that investigators say happened around 9 o'clock last night and included 3 teenagers. Now, investigators say it happened when one of the vehicles crossed the center line, causing them to hit head-on. Garrett County Sheriff's deputies say the crash involved a pickup driven by a 17-year-old boy with a 15-year-old girl passenger. They are both in critical condition. The second vehicle was a van driven by Michelle Glass. She is listed in critical condition but is stable. Her passenger was her 13-year-old daughter, and she is stable. Now, deputies say they will be back out at the crash site on US 27 today, trying to figure out exactly what happened and who crossed that center line. Reporting live in Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
All right, thanks, Hillary. New this morning, Lexington police are searching for the man they say robbed a hotel.
That happened about 2:30 this morning at the Candlewood Suites near New Circle and Newtown Pike. WKYT's Mark Barber is there tracking this crime alert this morning. He's near the scene and joining us. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. Yeah, the clerk at this hotel says about 3.5 hours ago, a man armed with a handgun jumped over the counter here and told him he would kill him if he didn't empty out the register. Well, the clerk here says after the robber took all the cash from the register, he told the clerk to take him to the safe and open that as well. Well, the clerk says he's not able to open that safe. When he told the robber that, the man forced him to the ground, put a gun to his head, and said he would kill him. Now, the clerk tells me here that the robber, when he realized that he was not able to open the safe, took the man's wallet instead and then took off. Well, the clerk says that he has canceled all of his credit cards, but he says practically everything he had was in that wallet. Now, the police say that there is surveillance video of this robbery. They say at this time they're hoping that it will help them catch this crook who took off in a dark SUV north on Newtown Pike. Now, obviously, this is a very terrifying experience, and the clerk here was very upset when I talked to him. He described everything that happened in a trembling voice. Now, the description that he gave to me of this robber is that he was wearing red shoes, a black mask, as well as a black hooded sweatshirt. He says he was also wearing dark jeans and standing about 5'10". Now, he believes from what he was able to see that this is a Hispanic man. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you very much. Well, searchers may have found the site in Indonesia's Java Sea where AirAsia Flight 8501 was last seen on Sunday. Officials say they have recovered several bodies floating in the water, and those bodies have been brought to an Indonesian Navy ship. And a Navy spokesperson is telling local reporters there that several victims have been found. The jet disappeared while flying from Indonesia to Singapore. Back locally, a man says he has his dog to thank this morning after an overnight home invasion. New this morning, Lexington police say the homeowner woke up to find a man inside his home on Barnard Drive. The man told police that he left his back door unlocked. He said his dog woke him up about 1 o'clock this morning, and that's when he saw the intruder running out of his house. Police say nothing was stolen.
Well, we are working to learn more this morning about a deadly crash in Clark County involving an ambulance. Police say a car crossed the median of the Mountain Parkway yesterday and slammed into the Owsley County ambulance. A man and woman in the car died. One ambulance employee was flown to UK Hospital, the other taken to Clark Regional. The ambulance was not transporting a patient at the time of the crash. Several people who saw it say they rushed in to help.
Just like a bomb going off, and it flipped the ambulance on its side and scooted way up the highway there.
The names of those involved have not yet been released. We did try to reach out to the ambulance service that operates that Owsley County ambulance, and no one wanted to comment. Well, new this morning, we've learned of a deadly crash in Clinton County. State police say 35-year-old Jackie Lynch lost control in a curve on Kentucky 350 and was hit by a Dodge pickup. Lynch of Albany later died at the hospital. Investigators say his passenger and the driver of the pickup truck were taken to the hospital.
Construction crews have started filling in the sinkhole at the National Corvette Museum in Bowling Green. Crews are putting gravel and other materials down into that sinkhole. They're also plugging openings to a nearby cave. The sinkhole opened up in February all of a sudden in the museum sky dome and swallowed up 8 precious Corvettes. Museum leaders think it will take around 2 weeks to fill in the sinkhole. And they're going to keep a small section of it open as part of a permanent exhibit. They expect that exhibit to be ready for visitors by Labor Day. Everybody head out to see the sinkhole.
Looks like fun.
Tourist attraction. All right, well, while the childless may be popping champagne at the stroke of midnight, many parents will be ringing in the new year a little early.
Maybe some of the bigger kids.
Yeah.
You and me, I don't know. It's hard to stay up late. 87% of parents plan to celebrate tomorrow night with their kids, but staying up can be tough, as we know. Already, 34% of parents say they trick their children with an early New Year's countdown. So this year, Netflix is doing its own countdown, hosted by kids character King Julian. Apparently, he's from Penguins of Madagascar, which I'm sure a lot of parents know about. Families can start streaming it any time they please.
All right, so you can watch that at 7 or 8 o'clock and then go on to bed.
Sounds good to me. I'm there.
How exciting for New
Early
Year's Eve.
bedtime for me a lot of nights.
You're right. For on this shift, yes. 6:07 is our time on WKYT this morning, and we're checking live drive traffic, and we have some new information just coming in now about this situation that is on I-75 in Rockcastle County. A crash there, and state police say 2 semis crashed around Renfro Valley. Drivers having to detour now at exit 62 and then onto US 25 and then back onto I-75 in Berea.
State police not really sure how long northbound I-75 in Rockcastle County will be closed, but that situation we wanted to make you aware of if you happen to be headed in that direction.
All right, again, northbound I-75 in Rockcastle County closed this morning. WKYT this morning just getting started with all the latest news. It's so good to have you along here on your Tuesday.
A man builds a backyard surprise for his grandson. He talks about making a Disney character come to life outside his home just ahead.
And it doesn't look like we're going to see snow like that in our forecast, but we certainly have the cold air to support snow. But the problem is we don't have the moisture, at least at the moment. I have the latest for you coming up.